It's only going to embolden Ms. Galvan to continue her parental alienation, her behavior at the drop-offs. There's an exhibit I entered that shows a message she sent to me saying that even if this case was dismissed, that I wouldn't be seeing the kids.
Will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Mr. Bennett,
Yes, Your Honor.
Miss Curry,
Yes.
you may both lower your hands, and Miss Peoples, you may proceed.
You judge, I'll first need to do service on the record for Mr. Bennett.
You may.
Sir, can you state your full name?
William Bennett.
Did you receive an email this morning containing a motion that was filed in your case?
Yes.
You understand that you have a right to be personally served with that motion?
Yes.
Are you in agreement to waive personal service and to accept it
Yes.
through your email? Do you also understand that you do have the right to request a reset for your answer period to pass?
So I submitted an answer. He filed it.
So you're ready to proceed today with the order?
Yes.
I'll pass the witness, judge, and ask that the record reflect that Mr. Bennett has agreed to waive service.
The record will so reflect.
Thank you, Judge. The state filed the motion to modify support to set support. Judge, parties do not agree to any of the terms of the order. If I could take testimony first from Mr. Bennett.
Yes, you may.
Mr. Bennett, are you currently employed?
Yes.
Where do you work?
All web leads.
And what type of work do you do there?
Customer CCR, customer care representative.
Is that an hourly position or salaried?
It's hourly.
And how much do you make an hour?
$15.75.
Is it 40 hours a week?
No, it's part-time. It's more like 30.
The video opens with an immediate allegation of parental alienation, as Mr. Bennett claims that the mother's behavior could continue and points to a message allegedly stating that he would not see his children even if the case were dismissed. The judge then formally begins the hearing and moves into the issue of child support, questioning Bennett about his employment, hourly wage, and part-time hours. This is a strong intro because it quickly establishes the family conflict, introduces the disputed child support issue, and creates curiosity about why Bennett is refusing to agree to support.
How long have you been there?
3 years.
So you understand that based on that hourly income, we've calculated your monthly gross, which is before taxes are taken out, as $2,047.50 a month. You understand that?
That's not what the lady told me in the breakout room.
That's what's in the court order, the $2,047.50 a month.
Okay, that's not what I was told.
Right. Well, do you understand that at $15 an hour, 30 hours a week, that adds up to the $2,047.50 a month?
Well, I have other children too, so I don't know if that's
Well,
taken into account.
Mr. Bennett, we're just talking about what your gross income is. We haven't gotten to that yet.
Yes. Okay, yes.
Okay. And you have two other children for which you're court ordered to pay child support.
Right.
Okay. And so when we calculate your child support, you understand that it's going to be 20.63% of your net resources, which is your bring home.
Well, I have two other children I pay on, and then two others or one other that I don't.
So you have three other total children?
Right.
Are they biological children?
Yes.
Does the other child live with you?
Yes.
Okay. We didn't have that information, Judge, of the other child. We only had two children. Based on your income and giving you credit for the three other children, let me recalculate. You understand your child support would be $329 a month?
Yes.
Do you agree to that?
No.
Do you agree to set any child support today?
No.
So you're asking that it remain at zero?
Right.
Can you tell the court why?
Well, it's only going to embolden Ms. Galvan to continue her parental alienation, her behavior at the drop-offs. There's an exhibit I entered that shows a message she sent to me saying that even if this case was dismissed, that I wouldn't be seeing the kids. Um, yeah. So I just think that's just going to add, embolden her to keep doing those things. Also, at our original hearing, we were both told that our it could not be changed once we agreed to it. And there's been
Okay.
several factors going on with Jagger, our oldest son. He's been in therapy. He's had his finger smashed while she's been arguing with her ex-husband. He's had to go to the ER. So I'd like to request that I be made custodial parent.
Mr. Bennett, have you filed anything to be made the custodial parent?
In my answer, I
No,
requested
have you
it. I'm not
filed a
sure.
pleading? Not in an answer, sir. Did you file a pleading saying requesting custody?
I guess not. No.
Okay, you may proceed, Ms. Peoples.
Thank you, Judge. And so, Mr. Bennett, as far as the health and dental insurance for both of the children, you understand that Ms. Curry currently has medical and dental for them through her employer. You understand that?
Yes.
Okay. Are you agreeable to her maintaining the insurance through her employer?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. And though that would require you to pay cash medical and cash dental, the medical would be $74 a month for both of the children. Do you agree to that?
No, I'd rather them live with me.
And the dental would be $10 a month. Do you agree to that?
Same thing.
So you essentially you don't agree to any child support, medical support.
This section becomes much more emotional when Bennett refuses to agree to child support and explains that he believes doing so could encourage the mother's alleged parental alienation behavior. He references a message saying he would not see the children even if the case were dismissed, then describes concerns involving their oldest son, including therapy and an incident where the child allegedly injured his finger during an argument involving the mother. Bennett then asks to be made the custodial parent, but the judge points out that he did not properly file a pleading requesting custody. The dispute continues as the court asks about medical and dental support, with Bennett again refusing the payments because he would rather have the children living with him.
Or dental support being set today.
No, I don't.
As far as your contact information being listed in the court order, do you have any safety concerns with it being listed?
No.
You understand that court costs will be billed to you through Dallas County District Clerk's Office?
Yes.
I'll pass the witness, Judge.
You may call your next witness.
I'll call the mother. Ms. Curry, can you state your full name?
Raven Galvan Curry.
And Ms. Curry, did you just hear the testimony as far as Mr. Bennett's income when it comes to how much the child support would be now, giving him credit for 3 other children instead of 2?
Well, one of his other children was born in 2005. So he is over the age of 18.
Okay. Do you know if that child is still enrolled in high school?
No, ma'am, he is not. He's in paramedic school and he's a paramedic. He is not in school.
And so the calculation of the child support, well, let's start with giving him credit for that child. I'll take testimony from him. If he gets credit for that child, it will be $329 a month. So you disagree with that?
I do disagree with that. And I also would like to factor in that he does own his own business and runs his own business. I've submitted those documents to customerservice.dallasmetro413@texas.oag.texas.gov. Now on there, it didn't have his price, but it shows that he is making a side business. And he does also have a Facebook page that he is running things on as well. So does have additional incomes besides his job.
Okay. So you disagree with us using his employment income he just stated because you believe he makes more money?
I do believe he makes more money, and $300 a month. Mind you, my kids are 12 and 10, and I've never received support. That's less than $50 a week. That doesn't cover their school lunches. That doesn't cover their groceries. Not only that, I pay $70 per child per pay period. That equals $280 a month in medical and
Okay,
dental.
hold on, Ms. Kurt. Hold on, we'll
Yes,
get
ma'am.
to that. Let's stick with his income. As far as his job, you said his business, what kind of business is it?
It's like a remodeling business.
Do you have any personal knowledge as to how long he's had that business?
I screenshotted stuff that's dated. Let me see. I can go back to the emails that I originally sent. Let me see. 'Cause, it looks like when I originally, the first one that I saw that I sent was back, I mean, it dates back to June 2023.
Do you have any personal knowledge as to, like, is it just him in the business, or if he has
It's just
employees?
his business.
Okay. Do you have any personal knowledge as to how much money or income it generates for him?
You're able to look at it on Venmo, but he has since had me blocked, so you can't go back. But that is public record. That does show how much he's getting paid for every service that he does. But now that I'm blocked, I can no longer access that.
Okay. So what are you requesting then for the child support?
I'm requesting $400 a month in child support. That's based on $16 per hour at 32 hours a week for my two children and the two other children that are under the age of 18. Yes, he does have another son, but he is 20 years old. That is using the Attorney General calculator that is online for $16 per hour at 32 hours a week for my two children and two other children not included in this order. It was $401 a month. So I am requesting $400.
Okay.
That's
Now,
$50 per week
you have
per
health
child.
insurance for your two children?
I do, yes, ma'am. And I
Is
pay
it a family plan? Is it a family
is.
plan? How many people are on that plan?
It's me and my two children.
Okay. How much do you know how much it costs for the two children each month?
Yeah, it's $70 per pay period per child. It's $62 a month for $62 per pay period for medical per child and $8 per pay period per child for dental. So it's $70 that I'm paying for medical and dental per pay period. That equivalents to $280 per month that I'm paying for medical and vision for my children.
So say that one more time. How much is it per child?
Per child, it is $62 for medical per child per pay period. And I'm paid bi-weekly. $8 per child per pay period for vision. So that's $70 per pay period per child.
What are you asking the court that Mr. Bennett pay for you disagree with him being ordered to pay the $147 a month?
Yeah, that doesn't even cover one kid. Wait, you said 147
For the medical?
per month?
Yes.
I would be okay with that. What about dental?
So the dental was $10 a month.
I thought you said 74 for.
No, the medical would be, let me make sure the correct
Yeah,
amount is in there.
because
So the cash medical will be $74 per month, and that's for both of the children.
and I don't
And the
agree with
dental
that.
would be 10.
I don't agree with that. That doesn't even cover the cost of one kid per month. That
Miss
doesn't even.
Miss Curry, Miss
Ma'am.
Peoples, how are you calculating? Are you taking 9% of his gross?
Yes, Judge. And I mean, based on his testimony, the 9% of his gross would have been the. Based on his testimony of his income, the 9% of his gross was $184 a month.
Okay.
Mhm.
And then you divided it by 4?
Yes, so to calculate what he would pay, I gave him credit for the other 2 children for which he's paying the health insurance. So I divided that by 4.
Can we show proof that he's paying for his other child and that he's not on medical assistance? His other child was born
Ma'am, it
last.
doesn't matter. He has 2 other children and I'm giving him credit for them.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, Miss Peoples. So
Um,
what is his child support with giving him credit for 2 children? Mr. Bennett, one of your children is over 18? I can't hear you. You're muted, sir.
Yes, ma'am. I'm still paying on his support.
No, you're paying all his arrears. You're not paying
Right.
support for him. Okay. So he doesn't count. I know he
Okay.
counts. I know he's your child. I know you still have to support him, but can't give you credit for that child. Okay?
so
Okay.
Judge, if we don't include that child and then we only include 2 other children, the child support would be $358 a month.
So, ma'am, where did you get the $16 a month from? I mean, $16 an hour from?
I just calculated based upon what his ex-wife said that his hourly pay was when he went to pay for his other child that he's paying on.
Okay. And when was that? How long ago was that?
I don't know. She told me that a couple of months ago when I originally started this order, but that they got divorced in, I believe, 2021 or 2022, and his income was based on $16 an hour and $16 per hour at 32 hours a week. So that's what I'm calculating mine on as well.
Okay. Mr. Bennett, you say you've worked at this job for 3 years.
That's right.
And what did you start out making?
15.
And in 3 years, you've only gone up 75 cents?
That's right. Well, occasionally, like every 2 weeks, I can potentially do assistant training and make a little more, closer to like 17, but that's not very often.
Okay. So how often are you paid?
Every 2 weeks.
And how much do you make every 2 weeks?
Sometimes probably around $300 after everything's taken out.
Now I'm talking about your gross pay.
I think it's around like between $600 and $700.
So every 2 weeks, you make $600 or $700 every 2 weeks.
That's right.
This is one of the strongest confrontation points because the judge begins questioning the numbers behind the requested child support. Bennett's older child is determined not to qualify for the credit he expected, changing the calculation to $358 per month. The mother's claim that Bennett earns $16 an hour is then challenged because she appears to have based it on information from his former wife rather than his current employment. The judge directly questions Bennett about his actual pay, and he reveals that he earns roughly $600 to $700 every 2 weeks before deductions. The court then asks about his side handyman business, creating another important question: whether Bennett has additional income that could affect the support calculation.
Your monthly gross income is $1,300 a month.
Right.
And what do you have to say about this other part-time business?
Well, yeah, occasionally I'll get a little handyman job here and there, but it's nothing really significant. It's maybe like once or twice a month if I'm lucky, sometimes less than that, most of the time less than that. So occasionally I'll have a little extra come in, but it's not very much.
Ms. Peoples, what do you have his gross monthly income at?
So Judge, we have it based on the testimony he just gave at $2,047.50. That's what we use to do the calculation.
Okay. And there are 2 children the subject of this suit, and giving him credit
Yes,
for
and
2
give
other
him,
children, his child support is $358 a month.
yes, Judge.
Okay.
Your
So,
Honor, can I say something else?
yes, you may, sir.
Okay, so at our original hearing, we were told this couldn't be altered,
What do you
our
mean? You
original
were told
agreement.
it couldn't be altered.
Once we agreed to our joint custody, which was like outside of what the court suggested, they told us once we agreed to that, it could not be changed. And also
Sir, orders can
this has been on
always
the
be
docket.
modified. Courts orders can always be modified.
Okay.
Okay.
And also this case has been on the docket for over 180 days and there's been no answer filed. So I was wanting to, what Rule 165A, that it should be dismissed for want prosecution. I'd like to bring that to the court's attention.
Yes, yes, sir. I'm denying that motion
Okay.
to dismiss.
All right. And I'd also like the court to consider the evidence I submitted of the messages she sent. I'm not sure if you're able to see that. Where she's
You
been
submit them
alienating.
to Dallas County, or did you submit them to the Attorney General's office?
I e-filed them through to the court.
Okay, let me see if I can. I don't see any documents, sir, that have been, but hold on, let me go one other place. Can you tell me what day you filed them?
I tried to file them last night, and then I got an email this morning saying I needed to resubmit them, so I did around like 9 o'clock this morning.
Yeah,
The
I don't
lady
see
I
that
spoke
they
with,
have been scanned into the system, sir.
they
So
have
Judge,
not.
I can see, I don't know, they just showed that they were posted today. It's like,
Where do you see are you on events or documents?
they just popped up on the summary page.
On the summary page? Okay, I didn't see it. Let me go back.
It's like 6 exhibits and 2 letters.
Okay, let me go back. I don't see those, Miss.
They pop up on the events page on mine too.
Do any of those relate to the child support though?
I'm sorry, say that again.
Do any of those relate to child support? I mean, I received them too, but they're all false accusations. And it doesn't change the fact that
The tension rises when Bennett argues that the case has been pending for more than 180 days and asks the judge to dismiss it for want of prosecution. The judge immediately denies that request. Bennett then asks the court to consider messages and other evidence he claims he submitted, but the judge cannot initially locate the documents in the system. Both sides begin discussing whether the exhibits contain relevant evidence or what Bennett describes as false accusations. The judge then focuses the hearing back on the actual legal issue, asking who was primary under the original order and attempting to determine what changed since that order. This section works well because it shifts the hearing from a simple support calculation into a direct procedural challenge against the case itself.
Miss Peoples, my question to you is none of this is coming up on any of my pages. So I'm not sure why. Maybe I'm looking at something wrong. But my question to you is who was primary in the original order?
Let me look it up really quick, Judge. So the 2016 establishment order made mom primary. They were joint managing conservators. Mom was primary, and it did not set any medical support or child support. It had a finding that parties have a prior agreement that father will continue paying the mother for child care expenses.
and he never has. And my kids are now 12 and 10, and I have not received any support from him. I asked him to help with school clothes to buy them. He gave me $50 for one
That's
kid
not
and
true.
$50 for another kid.
I bought all their school supplies, sent money, send money
Excuse
all the
me,
time.
excuse me. This is not a time for you guys to argue or no one's asking anybody any
Yes, ma'am.
questions. So we're just gonna, still looking for the exhibits. So the last thing on my events, Miss Peoples, is the citation, a citation, that's it. Oh, maybe that's the problem. Maybe I went back and now I found it. Okay. So Miss Curry, your position is the change of circumstances that Mr. Bennett is no longer paying for daycare?
Correct. My
Childcare?
kids are now 10 and 12.
Okay.
So he hasn't been paying for childcare since they were 5 and 4. I've been trying for many years to have this modified, but for some reason, because it was set at 0, it would glitch in the system. But I was finally able to go to a office and verbally speak to someone who was able to push this into motion.
Well, that's why I never do 0. That's why I always do child support. Because
Yes.
it is hard to prove a change of circumstance when you've done 0 on some outside agreement. But if the agreement was written into the order where he was supposed to pay child care, is that in the order, Miss Peoples?
Yes, it says on the findings that they have a prior agreement that father will continue paying mother for childcare expenses.
Okay. And it is your testimony that he is no longer paying you for child care expenses?
Correct. And I can upload
No,
something.
that's all I need. I just need a
Okay.
yes or no answer. Mr. Bennett, are you paying for You're muted, sir.
Sorry, I'm not sure how that keeps happening.
Okay. Are you paying for child care expenses?
Daycare, no. Other expenses, yes.
What are those expenses that you're paying for, sir?
Well, bought their school supplies. I send them money for clothes. We buy them things off Amazon. Just all kinds of things.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I am going to set child support at $358 a month. I am going to set medical support at $74 a month, dental support at $10 a month. All start dates will be October 1st, 2024. Ms. Curry, I know what you're going to say. You're going to say that doesn't cover what you do. I can't afford him to pay anymore. 9% of his gross, I have to give him credit for his other children. I've given him credit for 2 other children. And so that's what it is.
So that's not even $400 a month. That's $50 a week per kid. That's nothing.
Okay.
How am I supposed to support kids? That's not 50%.
What I'm supposed to
You
do
can't
is
afford
set
it,
his
they can
child
live in.
support at guidelines. It's not supposed to be 50%. It's
Can we
supposed to
base
be
it on
20% of his net income, not 50% of what their expenses are.
I understand. Can we take in his pay stubs into consideration of his actual pay stubs?
Mr. Bennett, what we can do is we can make this a temporary order and
No,
y'all
I don't want a temporary order. If you
Okay,
want to
then
finalize it,
then this is fine. Then it's fine.
what would a temporary order do for me?
It would just make it temporary and you could come back and see if if you could find more proof or evidence of income or have him bring his paycheck stubs.
This is the key payoff segment. After confirming that Bennett is no longer paying the child care expenses referenced in the original order, the judge announces the decision. $358 per month in child support, $74 per month in medical support, and $10 per month in dental support, beginning October 1st, 2024. The mother immediately objects that the amount is not enough to support the children, but the judge explains that the calculation is based on the applicable percentage of Bennett's income and the credit for his other children. She asks whether his pay stubs can be considered, and the judge offers the possibility of making the order temporary, but Bennett chooses to make it final. The judge then explains that the order can later be modified if there is a qualifying change in circumstances. This gives the segment a clear confrontation, ruling and resolution.
No, I'll just make it final and I can modify it in 3 years.
You can modify it when there's been a change of circumstance.
So you're saying $10 for dental. How much for medical?
$74 a month for medical.
And that's for both kids. That's not each kid.
That's for both kids.
So that, okay. So I'm basically getting $400 a month to support his portion.
To do what, ma'am? You're
I'm
getting
getting,
20% of his net income. That's,
and
I
we're
mean, not
not gonna,
20% of his net income. I'm sorry. What's the percentage, Miss Peoples?
So Judge is 20.63%.
63% of his net income, which is what he's supposed to pay, given that you have 2 children with him and he has 2 other children that he's obligated to support.
okay.
Okay? Anything further, Miss Peoples?
Nothing further from the state judge.
Any questions from either one of you?
Can I request back child support?
No, ma'am, you may not. You agreed to no child support at the time of that order. So now you can't go back and request retroactive child support.
Okay.
Okay? Any other questions?
When will this go into effect?
The child support starts on October 1st.
And what is this 74 and 10? Is that gonna be included in the 358?
They're separate orders. It'll be an order for him to pay child support of $358, an order for him to pay medical support of $74, and an order for him to pay dental support of $10. They're all contained in the same document, but he has 3 different obligations.
Okay, and then how will those be, are those, and those come
It'll
together?
be withheld from his income based on the way he's paid.
Okay.
Are there any other questions?
Can I still file to be a custodial parent?
You can always file a motion to modify custody, sir.
Okay.
Okay, now that I've made my ruling, if you don't agree with it, if you don't like it, or if you think it's not fair, you have 3 days to appeal, 30 days to file a motion for new trial. This case is out of the 303rd District Court, Family District Court in Dallas County. That is Judge Laditra Atkins. She might have a different opinion from me. Now that I've said that, are there any questions?
No, ma'am.
All right, then thank you both for appearing here today. Good luck to both of you, and you are both free to go.